Hey, yo! Welcome back to the Doug and Beyond. So we have some really cool information coming from the women's side of college basketball, and this is really huge that is coming right now. As we have them now, they are going to be earning money for conference-wise in the NCAA tournament for them, and this is very big. Of course, we already have been making money for the men's side of the tournament, as it depends on how many bids the conferences get. So, of course, the bigger the conference and better they are, the more money they get. Of course, we start at the top here with Big 12 and SEC both getting 8 bids for $16 million. With the next two is Big 10 and Mountain West each getting $12 million for 6 bids. The ACC have 5 bids for $10 million. Pac-12 4 bids, $8 million. 3 bids for Big East, $6 million. American 2 bids, $4 million. Atlantic 10, and the WCC both getting 2 bids for $4 million. Also with American in there. And then if you only have 1 bid coming from your conference, you get $2 million for each of those teams. So like it's kind of a joke when I worked at CBS. We call it the MAC, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, with my team Iona, Marist. You have Fairfield in there. A lot of low-level teams, but still in the D1, and also the MAC, the MAC, I think the Mid-Atlantic Conference over there, and also like one of them that gets 1 bid. So, but on the women's side, it's going to be kind of a little bit different here. We have in the first year, $15 million will be awarded to teams out of the fund, so $15 million will be spread out, which is 26% of the women's basketball media revenue deal, and will grow to 25% or $25 million or 41% of the revenue by 2028, so in 3 years. And then the 26% is on par for what men's basketball teams receive for the first year, which you think about it, they're also making more money. They've bringing more attention. There's the competition, you can say, is bigger. A lot of these players are, if you're going to you're making it to the second, third round of it, a lot of these players are going to get drafted either way. But this is huge, as we actually have here, like, it's been a long-waited fight, well earned for them, and yeah, it's going to be. There's been filling out arenas and selling them out, games on national TV now, and it's just becoming a more popular side of the sport, as a lot of people don't know a lot of other women's sides of sports, like let's say actually soccer is probably bigger than the guys in a way, as they are better. Yeah, we have, of course, I've been talking about this for a while, probably the last year and a half or so, how big and how much of a snowball they're building up for women's side of basketball, especially with it kind of started with, I think the WNBA has really, really good players even before this rookie class, now sophomore class going in this year. Already good players there, and they've had legends in the league for a long, long time. Of course, we had last year with the rookie class, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, South Carolina stars here, LSU stars. We have, of course, Haley Van Lith down there for TCU, who's on LSU last year, was on 3-3, as I mentioned in my last one. But yeah, this is huge, as it's gonna probably be a personal situation for players in a couple years, but right now I think it's more of like a media situation of getting TV deals. And granted, again, I mentioned this before also, that when I first went to try and look for a women's game, because, hey, why not? They were on Facebook. I'm not going to go sit on Facebook for 3 hours and watch a basketball game. Like, that's not going to happen. You're going to have other middle-aged people going on there and saying random stuff. I'd rather sit on NBC, ESPN, Fox, all the kind of the big TV networks that actually should hold them, and be on there, which we already, a lot of us sit on for hours and hours and hours a day watching these games. So it's definitely going to be a big part of what's going to happen, but of course in the long run it's going to equate to NIL deals for teams as their conference makes more money. But yeah, I think it's gonna be, as they get into here, they're gonna like basically make it on whoever makes it to the next round of it. As a team that reaches the Final Four could bring its conference roughly $1.2 million over the next 3 years in financial performance rewards. So there's your incentive to obviously do well, and also you want to win the national championship, which also kind of sits up there pretty high, and also get drafted to the WNBA, who's also making some major power moves lately. Of course, with the huge deal that they're making with media on their side, but this has all just been a snowball for the last 2 years, and now it's growing and growing and growing, and they're just picking up steam and picking up the amount of leverage that they need to. So hey, we got this. We need this. We can definitely do this at a point, and we already know that the WNBA is costing the NBA money every year in millions and millions of dollars, and probably won't be caught up for another few years, even though there's making huge strides out there too. But of course, we have a whole lot of great players in college right now. We of course have one of the top players, Juju Watkins on USC. Of course, Paige Beckers, UConn, Hannah Hildgo of Notre Dame, Audie Cooks of Iowa State, and going out from there. Of course, we have a bunch of UCLA players, as they are right now the top team right now, the only team undefeated in women's college at 16-0. The next is South Carolina, who's also just straight dominant. I think it's actually just kind of like you're in the top 25, and they miscounted on ESPN. If you I don't know if you look at this, they actually on the AP side they messed up the count and they went 24-24. So if you see that, definitely shout at ESPN for messing it up. But they have it on the coach's side is right. It goes up to 25. So I'm looking, I'm like 24. That makes no, and it isn't. But every team, the most losses in the top 25 right now is, it looks like 4, and it looks like 2 teams right here. They look Duke and NC State, so two North Carolina teams, and the other North Carolina team is at 3 losses, so right there in the mix. But it's actually pretty funny that they're only at 20, that they did 24. That's a mess up right there. Go into your sources and change that. But yeah, this is gonna be awesome to see how it turns out in the end. Obviously, it can really only go better because you're going to be putting them on to national TV a lot and giving them that media thing that they need. So, yeah, this is gonna be pretty awesome in the long run. Well, it will probably equate to big some NAL deals down the road, which would be good for these players to get. Granted, you're making already a whole lot of money. A lot of them are making minimum 6 figures, which that's what people make in a year with a very good job. So, yeah, let's see what happens. It'll be really cool and awesome to see. So I'll see you on the next one.